Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. Thank you guys all so much for being here, your continued love and support here on the channel. My name is Monique. For those of you that are new, welcome. You may also want to check out my main tarot channel, Moon Moth Goddess, where I do also have a bunch of other pick a card readings posted over there. I'm also available for private readings. You can find my email down below in the description box. Just send me an email and I will provide you with more information on booking readings with me, as well as the other services that I do provide. So today's pick a card reading is, we're going to kind of do one a little bit different. I feel like this might be really helpful for you guys. We're going to do 4 groups today, 4 piles. And the question is going to be, should you leave? Now, I want to kind of leave this open for you guys to fill in the blank with whatever you're kind of contemplating. This could be leaving your current job, leaving, the place that you live right now, leaving a school, leaving a relationship, a friendship, fill in the blank. Okay. So we're asking, should you leave? If you have more than one topic on your mind, like if you're contemplating, like, should I leave this relationship and should I leave this living situation, let's just say, or this apartment or this house, you can ask different things with different groups here, okay, if you feel you want to do that, however you want to use it. But we're asking, should you leave? And we're getting some guidance, advice from Spirit within the piles here. Okay, so should you leave? Relationship, job, friendship, place you're living, the school, whatever applies to you of what you're contemplating, of you stepping away from, leaving. So I'm just going to kind of leave it open for you guys, okay? And then asking whether that is going to be a yes or a no. This should be something that is confirming what you already feel within your intuition, okay? Even if it's something that we're in denial about, okay? It could be something that that we already have an inner knowing about, and that should be, the tarot should be confirming that for you. Okay, something that you're feeling. Sometimes, we have an intuitive feeling about something and then we second guess it, and in comes ego and unhealthy aspect of the ego, and it starts to throw in some fear and some doubt and some insecurities and being afraid of change and all kinds of other things that just, then it ends up making us feel confused about whether or not we're making the right choice to leave something. Okay, so group 1, you are going to be this Aqua Obsidian. For group 1. Group 2, you are going to be this yellow Aventurine. Group 3, you are going to be this fancy Jasper. This is like a very dark green. Fancy Jasper for group 3. And then for group 4, I believe this is, I think it's like a Red Jasper maybe. And that is going to be for group 4. Okay, so those are your choices for today. Should you leave? Fill in the blank, whatever it is you're contemplating leaving. Timestamps will be down below for you guys, and I will see you at your reading. Hi, group 1. So those of you that resonated with the Aqua Obsidian, this is going to be a reading today. So we're finding out, should you leave? And as I said in the intro, fill in the blank. Relationship, job, friendship, place you're living, school, whatever's going on in your life. Should you leave? Okay, so let's take a look at your cards here. We've got joy and delight, and it says open your heart to joy. We have dominance here, number 16. And then we also have protection. Okay. We have the 7 of Swords, the Lovers, 8 of Pentacles, And the Ace of Wands. I think I want to clarify this Seven of Swords here. Because I feel like with the Ace of Wands energy here, this is about divine inspiration. Feeling like, this makes me feel like you're feeling inspired to do something, or there's something within you that is, you know, wanting you to kind of open up to whatever this change is for you. And looking at dominance, it almost kind of feels like there's something, whatever it is, if it's a job, relationship, like I said, friendship, the place that you're living, something that almost looks like it has a hold on you, or it's weighing you down, like the way that this bird has its claw over the other bird, holding the bird down. We do have the Seven of Swords energy here, and I want to clarify it because the Seven of Swords can, yes, talk about deception and illusion and, you know, escapism, trying to get away with something, but it's also about strategy, okay? About being strategic. Sometimes this can be when our thoughts are kind of like all over the place and our mind is needing to focus, like really focus on what we're doing. And there could certainly also be a lot of fears and insecurities that are coming in here, maybe that are making it difficult for you to decide. Now, we do have the Lovers here. The Lovers is a choice of the heart. So what is your heart telling you? And I feel like there might be a little bit of a disagreement here because the Seven of Swords can certainly insert a lot of those insecurities there. So let's look at that. Actually, I'm going to pull another tarot deck. Open your heart to joy. And we have protection here. And I almost kind of feel like that, you know, as cliche as it sounds, like that divine is protecting you with this decision, or supportive even of that change. We do have a beautiful little butterfly I'm noticing here too. And also it's like this glow that's around her heart chakra. Let's see. Why is the Seven of Swords here? Ten of Wands. We have the Magician and the Two of Swords. This is confusion or being indecisive about something, which, you know, of course, that's why you're watching the reading today, because you're trying to decide if you should leave or not. And I feel like what Spirit's saying, though, is that, you know, a lot of your thoughts kind of being like all over the place can certainly cause a lot of stress and feeling very overwhelmed. You know, perhaps this is also a very important decision that you're making here too, because we do have the Lovers, which is the major arcana. And then you have the Magician here, which is about focused intention and willpower, manifestation. So look what's at the bottom. The Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning. So I'm already kind of feeling, and there, look at that. The Seven of Swords is right underneath that. And the Tower is under there. Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Tower, the Eight of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Some of you, this could be a lot of negative thinking going on. That could be even manipulating your own thoughts. You know, and I feel like Spirit's saying, like, you can make this happen. And perhaps strategy is required so that you're able to focus on what your intention really is here. Let's see why the Ace of Wands is here. Queen of Swords. I mean, that is a decision there. Clear thinking, decisive action. The Four of Wands. Nine of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of mental anguish here, anxiety. You know what? I am seeing the Knight of Pentacles energy here at the bottom. And the Knight of Pentacles is a need for us to take kind of like a slow and steady approach so that we're not making any like impulsive decisions. We want to make sure that when we're making the decision that we're grounded, we're focused, and we're thinking about what the vision is, what the plan is, and thinking about things carefully. Okay? So I want to say don't rush. I mean, I feel like the answer is yes, but I feel like Spirit's saying plan accordingly. You know? Take the steps that you need to, meaning basically get things in order. Get things in order. Come up with a plan. Dedicate and commit yourself to that plan. And don't rush into, because that can also be the Seven of Swords energy too. The Seven of Swords is, can also be when we're trying to hurry up and do something and we don't even have the whole plan together yet. Like we might have like that first inception of an idea, the thought form, right? And we're like, okay, let me do this. There's a need for you to kind of sit with that for a moment instead of just kind of impulsively acting upon that immediate thought form that you have, right? The impulsivity that might come along with that. And to more or less say, okay, let's write this down. Let's think about this. Let's plan this. What are we trying to accomplish here? What is the goal? What are we working towards? Don't feel like you have to hurry up and rush your decision. Take your time. The Knight of Pentacles is also taking baby steps, committing yourself, dedicating yourself, consistency, and certainly planning. And then you have the Page of Pentacles right underneath that, which is about a new beginning, a new start, planting the seed for something new. Three of Pentacles. Some of you, this might be work, okay? Or even something to do with your community, the place that you live, or even relationship here. Okay? So I feel like your answer is yes, but this is Spirit more or less kind of wanting you to have your plan together. Don't feel like you have to hurry up and rush, because that rushing or even putting that kind of pressure on yourself can be something that is a source of stress and feeling overwhelmed. And this is where Spirit's saying it's important for you to really kind of find balance within your mind right now. This is something where you're needing to kind of listen to what your inner voice is saying to you in terms of how you're going to navigate this change, so that you're able to think clearly and you're in your power, Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm feeling it's, I do want to see what the dominance is here, but I feel like the answer is yes. It's just that Spirit's saying, don't hurry up and just make a sudden rash decision. Plan accordingly, okay? Why is dominance here? Justice card, okay. So some of you, Seven of Wands. Some of you, there could be a challenge here. And I will say, those of you that are trying to leave house, apartment, we have the Justice card here. The Justice card could be about legal documents, contracts. For some of you, that could be a little bit of a challenge in how you're going to approach this. Like, let's just say you want to move to a new place. You feel like you've moved into a place, and the place that you moved into, that you signed the lease for, that you're finding out that the community is not what you thought it was and you don't like it there. Or you just moved into a new business. You signed a business contract and, you're like, I don't like this. I don't like the way that this is run. I don't like being here. Even marriage is a contract, right? But the Seven of Wands, could certainly be saying that this could be a challenge, that you might have to face, because the Justice card does talk about legal things, and that could be something and that we could perceive as an obstacle that we have to face, a challenge that's there. So I want to pull one more. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, for some of you, there could be money involved. Money involved, finances involved. You know, and if that's something that we need to plan for, like let's just say you want to move, you want to leave the current job because it's not paying you enough, or you want to move out of the current place that you live because you want to find a better place or even a place that's less expensive, you know, this is going to be important for you to kind of look at the information carefully, documents that you're signing, any contracts, so that you're kind of approaching the situation in the right way. Especially like if for some of you, if you're going to be trying to walk out of a lease or some type of an agreement here, or you know, if you're questioning like, okay, should I leave this marriage or this long-term relationship? We want to also make sure that if you're going to be doing that, that your finances are going to be good. Your finances are going to be in order. That kind of takes me back to that whole Knight of Pentacles energy, where this is time for you to kind of, like I said, plan accordingly, take steps that you need to with your plan so that you can make it happen, especially if this is an idea that you have that is, you know, something that you're excited about and you really want to happen. You've got to, you know, use strategy here, as I feel like what Spirit's saying. Yeah, we got the Chariot and then the Knight of Pentacles, and then here's your Page of Pentacles energy again. Okay, so Chariot is about making progress, steady progress, movement forward. Some of you, it could be traveling, relocating, but it's just more or less Spirit kind of wanting you, you know, feeling very positive about this change for you. It's gonna be a positive change for you with this, whatever it is, by you leaving whatever that is. And it's going to be a new start. It's going to be awesome. But it's just that Spirit is kind of wanting you to plan it carefully so that you don't run into situations that could be challenging. It's kind of like you're being prepared for it. You're prepared for, you know, whatever might be a challenge. Not that you can't move beyond the challenge, but it's like you're prepared for it. You're ready for it. You know what you need to do. You know how to move. You know how to use strategy to kind of work around certain obstacles or perceived obstacles in the situation. Okay. But I do feel like it is going to be something positive that Spirit is supportive of. It is yes. Okay. It's just more or less about following your heart. If it's what your heart desires and you're feeling inspired to make this change, to leave this, whatever it is, it's going to be good, positive. We just need to plan it carefully, planning it accordingly. Basically, get your ducks in a row. Okay? All right, so that is all that I have for you, Group 1. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Group 2. So those of you that resonate with the yellow Aventurine, this is going to be your reading today. So our question is, should you leave? And as I said in the intro, it's a fill in the blank. Should you leave the relationship? Should you leave the job, the place that you're living, the school that you're at, whatever it is that you're contemplating here, okay? So let's see what your response is here from Spirit. So should you leave? Let's see, Group 2. We've got miracles, and it says expect the wondrous to emerge. We have number 15 with distraction. And also passion. The 5 of Cups. The 5 of Swords. The 9 of Pentacles. Ooh, 3 of Swords. Okay. Okay, I want to clarify, I think the distraction card here. Why is the distraction here? Seven of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Page of Cups. And the 7 of Wands. Okay, so what I feel, yeah, we've got the Death card at the bottom and the 10 of Swords is here. So should you leave? I'm going to say the answer is yes. Okay, the answer is yes. I feel some of you that chose this pile, like this has to do with love life. Okay. And if it is a love life situation that is causing a lot of, I want to say, emotional turmoil for you, a lot of pain, a lot of grief, a lot of very challenging energy. Some of you, it might even be a work environment that is not good, or people that you're surrounded by that are not bringing forth the right energy. I do feel like Spirit is saying that it might be better for you to leave this situation, whatever it is, for the new beginning, because in doing so, and perhaps some of you may have been trying to distract yourself from the truth or from the reality of it, and it's time for you, because that change, making that change, could certainly be something that's scary. But I feel like Spirit is saying it's for the best, okay? That doing so is going to actually bring a shift of energy for you. And it's kind of like you leaving this situation is going to bring in or bring forth a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise that whatever this is, that the situation is, isn't working out or is not meant for you, because it's actually, by you releasing this and leaving it and letting it go, it is actually going to be something that helps to bring in a different energy for you, something else and something better. Okay? Even though it could be, a painful decision, there could be even a very challenging decision for you to make. But I feel like Spirit's saying that maybe it's something that you've already been feeling inside of yourself for a while, and expect that if you do let this go, leave it, move on from it, whatever it might be, that there is going to be there's a silver lining, okay? And it is bringing forth something better, far more beautiful for you, more in alignment for you, and it is going to be something that helps you to feel more of a sense of security and stability. It's going to be something that's more solid, more tangible for you, where there is going to be potential for growth with this new situation coming in for you, and this is going to be far better. Okay, now I want to look at the miracles here. It says, expect the wondrous to emerge. What is the miracles here? Hierophant, Three of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Yeah, those of you where this has to do with like your love life, where you could be leaving a partner, a person that you're currently dealing with, whether there's someone currently dealing with or even from your past that you're still kind of holding on to. I feel that many of you are going to be directed towards the person that you are truly meant to be with. Some of you, it could even be a life partner, your marital partner, okay, especially if you're not married yet or wanting to be remarried or in a serious relationship, a very loving one, a very emotionally supportive one. I'm seeing that coming in for you, okay? Some of you, this change, especially for those of you where this relates to like a work or career change, if you've been feeling really discouraged, depressed, unmotivated, and trying to distract yourself away from the feeling of boredom, or, feeling like no matter what you do, you're not getting ahead, you're not seeing the progress that you want to see, this might sum up for some of you, even invite you to pursue something that is a whole new career field for some of you, and a brand new job even, that could be something, I feel like something very amazing for you. And that the Hierophant is here, it could also talk about institutions, meaning that some of you might even have an opportunity to go back to school, to choose a new career path, and to kind of build a new foundation for your career field. Some of you, it could even be that this might even give you the time or the opportunity especially if you've worked, and this has to do with work, and you've worked really hard at the career that you already have, this could even be something that puts you in a role that's higher than where you're at right now, meaning that you're taking a higher level position, or even into a position of teaching others, mentoring in some way, or sharing your wisdom and knowledge, kind of like being at that place where now you've studied, you've learned, and now it's time for you to be the teacher. Now it's time for you to, educate others, help others, guide others. Or some of you might be in a place where you're deciding to go, like I said, go back to school, further your education, or even study something completely new, taking a class for something new. And I feel like it's Spirit saying that maybe this is something that you've been trying to distract yourself for a long time, is that feeling of the need for change. And so I feel like it's going to do you good to get yourself out of that current situation, whatever it might be, whether, no matter what it is. Like I said, to fill in the blank today. But it's going to give you an opportunity to rebuild and for that new beginning, and to really kind of align yourself and your life in the right direction and with what you see that is bringing you a sense of joy and happiness and fulfillment here. And I'm seeing Six of Swords at the bottom. Okay, that is about moving on. That is a card of transition, leaving something behind. So your answer is yes. Should you leave? Yes. Okay. All right, so that is all that I have for you, Group 2. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Group 3. So those of you that resonate with the Fancy Jasper, this is going to be your reading today. So we're finding out, should you leave? And like I said in the intro, it's a fill in the blank. Should you leave the job, relationship, the friendship, the place you're living, whatever you're contemplating? So let's see what the answer is for you. Should you leave? Group 3. We have in the flow, and it says everything is smooth sailing. We have luck and freedom. Wow, look how she's in a cage here. It's like this little dragonfly is bringing her a key to unlock herself. Okay, let's see. Ace of Pentacles, Three of Wands, the World, and the Death card. That's a yes. Okay. Yours is the most straightforward, clear yes out of the pile so far. Yes, the answer is yes. Okay. Because I feel like with the freedom here, there's like these birds flying around the cage. The dragonfly is bringing her a key to let herself out. And because this kind of reminds me of the Eight of Swords and also like devil energy. But you've got the World here, which is an ending. The Death card is also an ending. It also means change. And the Three of Wands energy is a need for you to kind of take that first step. Okay? Perhaps maybe some of you have. I don't know. But yeah, the Three of Wands is about foresight, thinking ahead, planning ahead. And with luck being here, I kind of see this as you, that crow that's opening its mouth and all those fish are falling out of the sky. So it's a very abundant feeling, almost like if you release yourself from whatever this is and leave it, it's going to kind of open up this flow of this beautiful energy for you to receive. Okay? Like I said, your pile is the most straightforward out of the most direct yes out of the piles today. The other piles I had to clarify a little bit more, so don't feel, at all like, because yours is obviously going to be shorter. Yours is like straight out, straight out, yes. Where the other ones I had to work a little harder to try to figure and decipher the message that the Spirit was basically saying. But what I want to do, I think I'm going to do, is clarify this Three of Wands energy here. The Three of Wands could certainly be about, you thinking about your plan and kind of setting things in motion here. Setting things in motion. And we have in the flow. Everything is smooth sailing. And it kind of looks like she's in a little sleigh, and there's like a little lantern lanterns that are kind of lighting her way here, lighting her path. So let's look at freedom here. What is this freedom about? Six of Cups in reverse. Queen of Wands. Magician. Yeah, this is, I feel like this is you having the willpower. Meaning some of you might be perceiving that you can't leave. Or your own limiting beliefs could be making you feel like you can't leave. Whatever that situation is. But I feel like this is a need for you to really kind of open yourself up to receive. You know, you have the Queen of Wands energy here, which is about you being confident. The Queen of Wands energy is also, it's kind of like that go out and get it kind of energy. She's a go-getter. She wants something. She's feeling passionate about something. You know, feeling inspired. This is about you believing in yourself, being confident in yourself, that whatever this is that you're wanting, that you desire, is something that you can make happen, something that is possible for you to achieve. There's a need for you to kind of believe in yourself and step into your power and understand that with the changes that you make, whatever they might be, that you're in control. You get to, you know, decide by taking inspired action, right? When you're feeling that need for change with letting something go or leaving something. But it's also following the flow of the universe, right? That if we're feeling the need to make a change and in comes, right, maybe some self-limiting beliefs that block us or stop us from being able to just kind of flow with it, this is where you kind of trust the process, right? Almost like you're allowing your higher self to be your compass and to navigate while you flow with that change. So if you're feeling, you know, already like, I need to leave this, I kind of feel like if you have that feeling anyway, you know, if it's coming up within you, it's coming up for a reason. So let's look at the Three of Wands here. Seven of Pentacles. Six of Wands. And the Page of Cups in reverse. We also have the Star here at the bottom. And the Six of Swords is right underneath that. And the Ace of Wands. So yeah, it's almost like Spirit saying here that you've already been feeling inspired to change, to leave this, whatever this is, whatever you're leaving. And knowing that everything's going to be okay. We have the Star here, which is about renewal. It's about having trust and faith and believing in something. The Star is number 17. It comes after the Tower card in the tarot, which is number 16. I think of the Star as the calm after the storm that the Tower energy brings, okay? So this is about you kind of being in this place of transition. The Six of Swords is moving on. It's going through a change. This is you moving away from things in your life that you feel maybe are no longer in alignment. And I feel like this is almost like divine inspiration. Like you're being divinely inspired to make this change in your life. And I feel that, you know, the Seven of Pentacles is here, which is about patience, being patient with something and letting things kind of unfold. Because if we leave something, right, sometimes we want to have everything all figured out and everything to be perfect. And so it is going to require your patience as you're leaving something and going to be beginning something new. The Spirit is saying you are going to be successful with this change, or even leaving could be an accomplishment in itself from whatever this is that you're going to be leaving behind. So that's something to celebrate, is also your strength, your courage, your bravery in trusting the process, trusting where you're being guided, and knowing and trusting that if I do this, everything's going to be okay. Even if it's a challenging decision for you to make, this is about you trusting where you're being led, where you're being guided to, away from. so that you are, you know, in the flow is basically what Spirit's saying here. So I do feel like this, with the star energy here, is also about our destiny. Okay. So at this time, you could be being guided towards your destiny, whether that's your destined career path or the destined relationship you're meant to have or the place that you're meant to live in. You know, all of these things that are coming up within you are things that you have to start to learn to trust in your own intuition so that you're not, you know, being distracted by things that are not really in alignment for you or things that don't really fulfill the desires that you have. You know, sometimes things look good on the surface and then we think that's what we want until we have it, and then we're just like, what is this? What is this, universe? This isn't what I thought it was going to be. So this could be a really good time for you to start learning to trust your own inner voice and changes and getting comfortable with change. Okay? Getting comfortable with change and flowing with it. When you're feeling that inside of you that's saying, okay, it's time for you to trust that process and know that there is a higher power that is guiding you. And we have to learn to trust that inner voice. Okay? All right. So I'm going to leave this here for you, group 3. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, group 4. So those of you that resonate with this little red Jasper, this is going to be your reading today. So we're finding out, should you leave kind of a fill-in-the-blank reading? Should you leave the relationship, the friendship, the job, the school, the place you're living, the country you're living in, the city, whatever it might be? Let's take a look at what Spirit has for you, group 4. So should you leave? We have staying focused, and it says hold the course. Hold the course. We have scavenge and closure. I feel like these energies are conflicting because we have closure here. Like she's like, there's a door behind her that she's walking away from. But we have staying focused, hold the course, and he's looking through a telescope. Okay, let's see. King of Swords, Emperor, Knight of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Okay. Okay, I think I want to clarify your hold the course here. Actually, what I'm feeling like this message is saying is almost like this is the time to, I almost feel like wait, okay? Like almost like Spirit is saying it's not time yet. Because the Knight of Swords is a very fast moving energy. Sometimes it can be a little bit impulsive. Or wanting to rush something, you know? And the King of Swords here, and I notice the King of Swords and also the Emperor, they're both sitting down. The King has his sword in his hand, and he's kind of just like looking out into the distance, right? We got the same kind of energy here with this wizard. This wizard that's looking through the telescope, right? Out into the future, out into the plan, the vision. And the King of Swords is also a visionary. The Emperor is sitting down and he's holding this chess piece in his hand. And the Emperor is, you know, both of these are masculine energies, which are about, you know, decisive action, planning, strategy, and stability, structure, foundation, things of that nature. And I almost kind of feel like it's like Spirit is kind of wanting you to focus on a plan here. So I almost kind of feel like, you know, maybe with the whole leaving, maybe not right this second, because we do have hold the course here. Hold the course. Let's clarify. You know, sometimes the Emperor is about looking at the bigger picture of things. Staying focused and hold the course. What is this about, Spirit? Hold the course. Can you clarify? The Tower. The Hermit and the Page of Pentacles. Let's see what this scavenges here. Oops. 3 of Wands in reverse. Okay. The Devil. Magician. I almost feel like there's a little bit of a deceiving energy here. And it could be your own thoughts here, your own perception of something. Okay, how do I explain this, Spirit? It almost kind of makes me feel like Spirit's saying you need to give this situation, whatever it might be, a little bit more time, because there's some kind of unstable energy here surrounding some type of plan, maybe that you have. This is more or less a need for us to almost kind of like come up with a better plan. So perhaps there's something about, like, let's just say you're thinking to yourself, okay, should I leave this place, this situation? And your immediate plan that you think of is, oh yeah, this is how I'm going to do it. But Spirit's like, no. This plan is something that's coming from a place of, I want to say, the devil energy, which is more or less the unhealthy aspect of the ego. So are we making fear-based decisions to leave? Or are our emotions manipulating us and controlling us and taking power over us into accepting a situation that might look good, or creating the illusion that, oh yes, this is a solution, this is going to fix this problem, or if I go to this place, it's going to get better, or, you know what I'm saying? So I almost kind of feel like Spirit's saying, don't do it, okay? So I kind of feel like I want to say that your answer is no. Should you leave? No, because I feel like this is a situation that might require a little bit more contemplation, a little bit more planning, because you might feel that need for change or leaving something, right? When in fact, it could be your own fears that are telling you, I need to leave, or I need to make this decision. Okay, let's look at this closure here. Ace of Wands and Justice. I almost kind of feel like there's something with the Justice card here. There's some type of, perhaps some of you, a karmic situation, something that you're not seeing. Something you're not seeing here about your present situation. Perhaps something hasn't been revealed to you yet about, like, let's just say that we made a choice and I don't know, we get a new job. Okay, we made the decision to get into the new job, and now we're in the new job, and once we're in there, we're feeling like, I don't like this, I want to leave. I want to find something else. But Spirit's like, hold on. Give it a second. Hold on. Let things play out a little bit. Because it kind of looks like there's going to be a change that's happening in itself. Like, let's give an example. Same example of you went into the new job. You're discovering you don't like the people that are there. But what you don't know is that, I don't know, let's give the example of 3 months from now, that coworker or that boss that you don't like is going to get fired. And they're bringing in somebody new, or you're going to be the new boss. So it's kind of like where Spirit's saying, not yet, don't leave, because your own egos, your fears, your emotions could be creating this illusion that leaving is going to be the solution, or it's going to make things better, or the grass is greener, or, something like that. And this could be a need for you to kind of call back your power, take some time to really reflect, because there could be some type of epiphany or realization that you have through that by kind of holding steady with where you're at right now, instead of making a rash decision because you feel like making the decision is going to make you happy. I feel like this is about happiness here. I mean, we have the 10 of Cups, which is about contentment and fulfillment. So you might feel like, oh, well, if I leave here, I'll be happy. If I move to this place, I'll be happy. If I leave here, I'll be happy. So the 4 of Cups energy here, I feel like Spirit's saying you've got a blind spot. There's something that you're not seeing. You might be saying, oh, this job has nothing for me. There's nothing here for me. I don't feel fulfilled. I don't this. I don't that. But Spirit's like, hold on a second. You look at the bigger picture. We've got a cup here that you're not seeing. So there's something of value in that present situation that you're in, that you're thinking about leaving, because you're not noticing it. You're distracted. You're not noticing that it's there. It's kind of like is it like a blessing in disguise? It's like there's something that you're not seeing here about your situation. Maybe you're feeling like I said, kind of like the example of, if I leave, I'm going to be happier. Or I'm going to, I'm doing this to seek out fulfillment. And maybe that's like seeking external, right? Looking for happiness outside of yourself, thinking the next job is going to do that. The next relationship is going to do that. The next place that you live is going to do that. When really it's a need for you to go within, because you do have the Hermit here, which is a need for journeying inward. And through that introspection and staying focused, right? It could be something that brings about a huge awakening for you. Like seeing something that you hadn't seen before. And finally you see it and you're like, wow, it was my perspective that was making this off. Let's look at this 4 of Cups. I kind of feel like there's a karmic lesson here for some of you. So whatever your experience is right now, take some time to think about what you're learning, or what am I not seeing about this? Just spend some time in this. What is playing out before me? What am I meant to see here? Because there's something of purpose here. So we can't just leave it, right? Because I feel like there's something important here. There's something of value. You're needing to look at the bigger picture of what this is that you're experiencing, going through, because there's something of use here. And it's almost like Spirit is saying, like, you need to experience this. You need to see this before you just try to leave, and because you're missing it. Right? So what's going to happen is the same situation will kind of be recreated in another form with the same lesson. And then you're going to feel like, why am I repeating these cycles here? Why does this keep happening over and over again? So should you leave? No. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. And just kind of take some time to just sit with this. Because I feel like with the devil, like I said, it can be lies, it can be emotional manipulation, control, and it might be your own, functioning from a place of fear-based decision making, where the ego is taking control. The unhealthy aspect of the ego is taking control, and that is more or less kind of functioning from autopilot, versus taking time to connect inwards and to make decisions from a place of your most highest version of self, your authentic self. So there's a need for connecting to the unconscious, which is where your higher self is. Right? So it's kind of like the ego is making the decisions here, but it's more or less the unhealthy aspect of the ego. It's the fears, it's the doubt, it's the your negative thoughts that lie to you, that your own emotions manipulate you and try to and control you. Because I feel like this is something that you're not perceiving in your situation here. And the example that I want to give you of that is, let's just say there's two people, okay? Two people that have two very different perspectives about their situation, let's just say, use the example of the loss of a job, okay? One person's perspective when they lose that job could be complete despair and, anxiety and worrying and stressing and negative thinking, self-sabotaging thoughts, just kind of going down that dark rabbit hole, right? Versus the other person who goes through the job loss, and yes, bummer that it happened. However, this person's perspective could be thinking of it as like, wow, now I can apply for a job that I really like, or that I'm really passionate about. So what kind of perspective are we choosing to have with the situation that we're in? Is the grass really greener? For some of you, where that's the situation, are we making the decision from a place of logic? Okay. Are we, because the Four of Cups can also talk about a feeling of boredom or a feeling of indifference. Like there could be beauty and opportunity in the situation that you're in right now. And I feel like there might be this urgency of wanting to leave to seek out happiness, kind of like how you hear some people say, oh, well, I'll be happy when this happens. I'll be happy when that happens. I'll be happy after I do this. And they keep seeking the happiness over and over and over again because they never get there. So this is where connecting inwards, and that maybe that means releasing certain limiting beliefs that we have about what the current circumstances are, because there can certainly be opportunity in the place that you're in right now for growth, for personal development, for other opportunities that are there. I want to see why the Tower is here. Knight of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I kind of feel like Spirit's saying that you're trying to make this sudden change or leaving something, and it's coming from a place of insecurity. Okay, a place of insecurity, instability. And we don't want to, right? We don't want to make decisions coming from that place. We want to be clear. We want to be focused, organized, and strategic with how we plan. Because if we're functioning, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of people who kind of sometimes function from fight or flight all the time, function from fear as their baseline energy. That's kind of what this is giving to me. So this is where Spirit is saying, try to work towards keeping yourself grounded right now. And, you know, trying to, I want to look at this Four of Cups here. What is this Four of Cups? This blind spot. You know, perhaps some of you are seeing that there's a challenge. You're being challenged in your situation. You're like, I'm just going to leave so I don't have to deal with this challenge. Or we're perceiving something as an obstacle and there is a way around it. There's a solution there, right? And the King of Swords and the Emperor would certainly find that solution. But if we succumb to letting the ego control, then we're giving up, right? We're letting fear win. So this is about facing challenge and adversity and not backing down, even at that first sign of challenge. We face it instead of running away from it and leaving, right? We face it head on. We take some time to reflect. Maybe there's some type of realizations that come through so we can have a new way of approaching that situation versus immediately wanting to run or to leave or to, you know. So like I said, I kind of feel like there's a karmic lesson here for you guys. So don't leave. Take some time to think about this thoroughly and to kind of approach it in a different way. What else? Why is the Four of Cups here? Ten of Cups again. It's kind of like this feeling of, I almost feel like seeking happiness, seeking fulfillment. Kind of like that constant feeling that we need to go to this place or this place or this place or that place. And this is going to make me happy. This is going to make me happy. This is going to bring fulfillment. This is it. This is it. And all the while, there's an illusion here. Because the devil energy, it is an illusion, right? It is an illusion. Something could be too good to be true. And there could be something with, you know, if I leave, I'm going to leave for this over here. It's kind of gives me that, what is that? All that glitters is not gold. And I feel like Spirit's saying that you're needing to see the beauty or the opportunity or something around the present situation. And if you are thinking that maybe if you leave something that I'm going to be happier, I don't feel like that's the case. This is where Spirit is saying you need to focus inwards and find happiness within. Happiness is not a destination. You know, we could have all the money in the world, an amazing career that we've worked long and hard throughout most of our life for, and still feel miserable, still feel unhappy. Trust me, I've done readings for people that when I hear what they do for a living, I'm just like, wow, that's so amazing. But then they're telling me, I'm not happy. I don't feel fulfilled. I've got everything. I've got the money. I've got the job. I've got the businesses. I've got, you know, all these beautiful cars and home and everything, but I'm not happy. Okay? So this is going to come from, I feel like Spirit is kind of wanting you to take some time to bring yourself into a more calm emotional state. Okay? Using both, you know, your heart when you're making decisions, but also logic, clear, rational thinking, planning, decisions, and to pay attention to whatever's going on in your current situation and look for the blessing in it, look for the beauty in it, look for the opportunity in it that could come from that situation that you're in. Maybe it's a lesson, maybe it's something that's going to help you to grow, that could be an opportunity that you might have not otherwise had should you just leave. So I kind of feel like there's something here that has to do with karma. Okay, let's get one more. Why is Justice here? Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. And Three of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I kind of feel like many of you, I feel like you're needing to change your perspective here. And I kind of feel for some of you, it's like this feeling of like, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. I want to, but there's a need for you to find that happiness from within, and to look for the beauty and the blessings and the opportunities that are there. Because even through the most challenging situations that we could go through, there's always a silver lining. There's always a positive there. There's always a positive, even though it might not feel like it at the time. Because trust me, I've been there too, where I've been, in some awful situations, and I was just like, this is horrible, right? This is horrible. This is awful. But there's always something to be gained from that. So again, should you leave? No. I feel like Spirit's saying there's something that you're needing to work on here, something that you're needing to see that maybe you're not realizing right now. So hold out a little longer, and I feel like that epiphany, that realization is going to come in. Okay? All right, so I'm leaving this here for you, group 4. I do hope this is helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.